What makes you think she's a witch?
Whoa, she turned me into a newt!
A newt?
We got better.
Hello? Hello? Anybody home? Hey, think with fly thing.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Wait, Master. It might be dangerous. You go first.
It's Hard-Headed Sports with Spinny and Fetty Bus. Famous for their podcasts, you can now catch them right here on The Al Travis Show.
We've got them, Spinny and Fetty Bus. Gentlemen, let's go, babies. 7:30 prime time, the game it's the only game of the night. It's going to be a heck of a game. The Thunder and the Timberwolves. Your thoughts quickly, Bus.
As I said for the Warriors series, I do think we need to win this game one. I understand that teams playing with rest, we could see a sloppy and not sharp Wolves offense tonight potentially, but I just at this point in the postseason, I don't think that's really an excuse you can use. I mean, we've already been playing how many games? We shouldn't be sloppy at that point. We're tremendous on the road. We're 10-3 over the last two postseasons, best in the NBA. I just think we kind of need to set the tone in this series and win this game one. And I think we're going to do that tonight. I really do.
All right. Spinny, how about your thoughts? 10,000 foot up. What do you think?
It's going to be a great series. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a dogfight. It's going to be a battle. The only thing that I'm sad or worried about tonight's game is I just really wish it was a 9:30 tip-off. I've gotten so happy with those. I'm just so sad that it's a 7:30 tip-off.
Guy could actually enjoy it a little bit. Let me throw this out at you and tell me how nuts I am. I called that I'd rather play the Thunder than the Nuggets because I thought we matched up better with the Thunder as far as young and athletic and a defensive ball game on both sides. I was going to love that. Yep. When I watched that Thunder Nuggets game, Game 7, I got scared of the Thunder. Boss, I don't know your thoughts, but that might have been the best defensive ball game I've seen in I don't know how long. They were stopping everything, full court press, never ran out of gas. They had it at 48 points, I think, at one point. I mean, this thing was a runaway. I don't remember last time in a Game 7 when it mattered. You got Denver, the Nuggets in there, and everybody sat. The benches cleared at 7:30 left in the fourth.
Yeah,
they
for sure.
dominated. I'm scared now, to be quite honest, boss. That was an unbelievable ball game.
They finally showed who they really are. I think their offensive and defensive efficiency this season, it ranks up there as among the league's best in NBA history. So this is a team to be reckoned with for sure. I mean, 68 wins. You don't get that accidentally.
Well, no, and you talk about their percentages. They got 25 points off of steals and turnovers, and they turned that ball around so fast. They're scoring by dunks. Spinny, your thoughts quick on my fear of the Thunder.
No, I totally get what you're saying. I think that it's funny. I think this series is going to be a little bit different for the Wolves. I think against the Lakers and the Warriors, we thrived in transition, and that's where we wanted to be. I think in this series, we're going to want to keep it in the half court as much as possible. I think that's where our advantage comes. The Thunder, when they're in transition, are just absolutely unguardable. They get everybody involved, everyone gets hot, everyone gets confident, and then they're off and running. So if we can keep this game a little more slow, a little in the half court, I think that'll benefit us, which will be interesting to watch considering I feel like it's been the opposite the last two series.
I would throw this out to you that another fear, very much what Bus was saying, the Timberwolves had the week off between one set of games and the next when they took on the Warriors in Minnesota. And Curry only spent 13 minutes on the floor, and we lost that ball game. We didn't find our groove because we didn't seem to care. I'm hoping they show up caring, because if they don't, I think this Thunder team will knock us in the throat. Bus, next question.
Yeah,
go ahead.
It's weird how Anthony Edwards doesn't seem to wake up for games like that.
Yeah.
But I know for a fact he's motivated for the Thunder. He wanted this game. He wakes up for these games. We had all that issue earlier this season where the reffing was atrocious. Chris Finch was calling out the refs after for favoring the Thunder, and got fined for calling out the refs, saying it was rigged or whatever. So I expect them to be ready, at least from a mentality standpoint, which you were right. We did not see that in the Warriors game. So
Spinny, do you think he's right? Because when I watched that Thunder with full court press on everybody, I mean, they played full court almost the whole game against the Nuggets. I think that's an Achilles heel for Ant. He doesn't like being frustrated. He wants the ability to go where he wants to go. He'll create his own. But that full court press, you watch him start yelling at those refs. I'm concerned about Ant's professionalism. Your thoughts, Spin?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely like Ant definitely doesn't love it, and they're gonna try to annoy him and tick him off and get him in those moments as much as possible. But Ant said something after that series, after the last series, that he's learned a lot from last year, and I think part of that was with the rest thing, him taking a little bit off, being more of a facilitator, not using all his energy, so he has stuff left for this series. But I also think part of that was the mentality piece and staying more even and not getting as frustrated by things. So I think those two things will be huge for him in this series, keeping those.
Okay, let's talk the game out tonight. I don't know what they're going to put in. If I'm the Thunder coach and I'm looking at the Timberwolves, I think I'm putting Hartenstein and Holmgren on the court at the same time. They're two bigs. The difference between their bigs and ours, Rudy can't put the ball on the ground. Rudy's not going to shoot a three-pointer. Their bigs can. Do you then force the Timberwolves have to put Nas in at the start? Spinny, your thoughts quick, then we'll have the coach bust us.
Well, I think Rudy can guard Chet. I'm really not scared of Rudy on Chet. I don't think Chet is fast enough to like blow by him, and I think Rudy can close out on those threes. So I'm pretty confident in Rudy on Chet or Rudy on Hardenstein. I think I'm not scared of that at all. So
then you put the second big man out, is my point, and force Minnesota to say, now what?
Well, if you put the second big man out, then you just play Nas and Rudy together, or Randall and Rudy together, or Randall and Nas together.
Boss, that's what you're going with? Because I'm telling you then, because you can put SKG or SGA against Ant, right? That's probably going to be the matchup. Or they could put that Crusoe guy against Ant, just bother the heck out of him. He gets, quote-unquote, neutralized. Ant will score his points. But you're running out of players. If we're going to put Nas in, who you taking out, Conley?
Yeah, I mean, potentially. It's a lot of the big X factors for this series will be Dante and Na off the bench. They played honestly terrible so far through two series, and they need to knock down open shots because they're going to get them all series. They're going to get open shots all series. I'm not as worried about their two big lineups because we can easily counter that. I'm more worried if Chet's the 5 and J-Dub's the 4, then I think Rudy could get played off the floor because then he's guarding more of the perimeter if he has to go out there on Chet. Like Spinny said, I'm not necessarily as worried, but with the smaller lineup, they're going to be running up and down the floor. That's, I think, the situation where Rudy gets played off the floor. But two bigs, I think that actually goes in the Wolves' favor, especially within the half court. I'm just curious who they're going to throw on Julius Randle. I think Julius has a opportunity to kind of bully ball some guys in this series.
Spinning, your thoughts on Julius? I'm giving him the MVP for this team so far for two series, right? If it weren't for Julius Randle needing buckets, getting buckets when we needed them, we're not in this series, but we are because of him. Can he keep it going?
Yes, I am. We talked about this on Hard Head Sports last night. The only thing I'm worried about a little bit is Chet guarding Randall and just his length with Randall's fadeaway and how well that's worked, and just Chet closing out, making that shot a little bit harder. But anybody else on the Thunder, I think Randall's cooking, especially the way he's been playing. And he has done such a good job of just calming us down. And that's what we're going to need in this series, because the Thunder are going to get in transition and go on big runs and do cool stuff. And we just need that third quarter Randall where he just comes out, makes a basket or two in a row, takes good shots, and just helps us relax. That's where Randall's going to be key.
All right, fair enough. Real quick, the predictions. Spinny, what do you got? Who's winning the ball game tonight? They have the Thunder plus 7.5.
The game tonight, I'm going to pick... I'm going to take the Wolves, actually. I'm going to take the Wolves tonight.
Bus.
I'm taking the Wolves tonight, and Wolves in 6 overall.
I'm going to take the Thunder tonight, the Wolves in 7. I just think with what we saw was too much.
Spinny's taking the Thunder, I know it.
Yep, Thunder in 7, boys.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The master of motivation is back on the Al Travis show, and we are picking the Thunder.
There we go. We'll talk more sports right after this with Spinny and Fetty Bus. You can catch them at Hard Headed Sports wherever you get your podcasts.
All the special interests are represented in St. Paul. But who speaks for you? Center of the American Experiment does. Our policy fellows dig into the tough issues that matter to you and offer common sense solutions on education, taxes, crime, and energy. American Experiment is the trusted, nonpartisan voice of Minnesotans like you. We are working every day to make Minnesota a better, safer, more prosperous place. We are American Experiment. Go to americanexperiment.org to learn more.
You know that car sound that sounds like a cricket playing a banjo? Jays can fix that. You know when you step on the brakes and your car sounds like a pair of tennis shoes in the dryer? Paul is the guy who specializes in that. And you know that sound that never happens when the mechanic's around? Paul took a whole course on that. If you own a car, you need to know Paul. Paul owns Jay's Auto Shop, 202 North Main Street, Blue Earth, 525-1052, 525-1052.
As in alligator. L also in alligator. But it's not alligator. It's the Al Travis Show.
And we've got him, Spinny and Fetty Bus from Hard Headed Sports. I believe, gentlemen, you guys just about 3 weeks ago were saying, give up on this twin squad. I'm saying, don't get off the bandwagon yet. These guys still got a chance. The season is young. And what do you know? Pulled off 13 of their last 14 ball games, moved into second place. What in the world changed, Spinny, on this twin squad?
Well, what changed is our pitchers giving up essentially 1.7 to 2 runs a game for this entire run here. Our bats have played well and been more, I think, where we should be at our median, but the pitching has really been a huge run during this time, so that's really what's hit it for us. And our pitching's been good all year, but now our bats were just at that median level enough that we were actually winning games.
Yeah. Winning a lot of them, Buzz. What do you do if you're a coach? You win 13 of 14 ball games, and you're still 4.5 away from Detroit. Is Detroit really that good? Or do you saying, trust me, guys, it'll work? I mean, obviously, if you win 13 of 14 for the rest of the year, you're going to be fine. But how does a coach keep that kind of momentum going?
Yeah, I think you definitely keep pitching that you can catch the Tigers. I don't think they're anything, insanely special. It all comes down to, really for the Twins, is winning on the road, 11-15 on the road, 15-6 at home this season. So if we can improve on the road, I think we could definitely catch the Tigers. But I I hate to be a pessimist, but I feel like I'm still just going to be stuck in this boat of like not really fully being confident in the Twins until the poll ads sell the team, which I don't think will ever happen.
Spinny, talk to Bus about this. He sits there and says Detroit he doesn't think is really maybe all that much. We're at almost 50 games now for the season, so we're getting pretty close a third of the year in. Detroit has a
MLB best record. I will say
MLB's best record. That's what they didn't slip on that, did they, Spinny? Oops! Look at that. We're 31 wins, 4 more than New York, 4 more than the Mariners. I mean, Spinny, rip Bus a little bit, please.
Yeah, I mean, Bus is awful.
But do you guys actually think they're the best team in MLB? That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't think it's like that crazy. I think we definitely catch them because I still think the Phillies are better, the Dodgers are better,
Yankees
are better.
No, I do not think they're the best team in the league. But my boy, the soon-to-be back-to-back Cy Young winner, is absolutely balling. And
now he's the best pitcher in the league, yes.
Yes, 100% the best pitcher in the league. And the Tigers lineup has been pretty hot so far. I'm interested to see what happens when they come back down to more, I think, where they're going to be overall. And if they can keep up on days that Scooble's not pitching and kind of how that whole situation works. Because I think their bats have been hitting above where they're usually at. So we'll kind of see like how that stretch goes in midsummer if they keep that up. But I think the Tigers are legit.
Oh, I think they're obviously you get this far in, they're a legitimate team. Are they one of the best? I don't know about that. Let's switch topics, go back to basketball for a second. WNBA. Do you guys follow it much? Minnesota Lynx 2-0 leading the Women's National Basketball Association. Go Lynx, right?
Yes, sir. Watched both of those games in their entirety. Lynx took it to Paige Beckers. That was fun to see.
Let's go.
Absolutely shut her down. Paige Beckers in game two of her career, 20 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, had a trip dub. Lynx made her look real bad. This team's going to win the ship. They're the first or second best team in the league. We have the first or second best player in the league, and we're going to be great.
Bus, you believe all that?
Yes, I absolutely do. Nafisha Collier is different. She is so good. We have honestly our starting five as a whole is up there again with all the teams. Honestly, you could throw the Aces in there, the Liberty, all that. I think we have just as good of a starting five, which obviously is crucial in the WNBA when it's not as deep of a league. We made some improvements on our bench too. And honestly, I do think we can win it all. It's all going to come down to, does the WNBA want us to win it all as we saw that brutally rigged series last year?
Ow, calling him a question.
Courtney Williams has been balling. Also, though, they let us win it 4 times, so why not get a 5th?
Yeah, good point. The other quick question, the ESPN had a story that they're putting their money that Clark wins the player of the year, most valuable player this year. The woman's played 1 game. She had a triple-double and 4 block shots. She is good. Is anybody going to ever give her a run for her money? Caitlin Clark?
She's not going to win. Nafisa Collier is about to win the player of the year this year. And Clark's good.
One game triple-double. Come on, that's her average right now. Triple-double.
Becker's just had a triple-double as a rookie.
Yeah, but that's half the games. She didn't do it in the other game.
Gosh, okay.
I will say Caitlin Clark, 3 triple-doubles in her career, which is already tied for 3rd all-time. Isn't that insane to think about? 3rd all-time after not even 50 career games played. She's also like 2nd or 3rd all-time in most 20-point, 10-assist games. I mean, she's been incredible to start her career.
Absolutely. We got to go, my boys. Do this for me. We got to talk a little bit about the NBA draft now that we decided who's going to get what. Dallas, was there something rigged about that? They have 1 in 18 chance. They get the first pick. They're going to pick that Cooper kid, right? We'll go down that maybe on Thursday. Fair enough?
Sounds good.
Spinny, Fetty, how do we pick up hard-headed sports?
Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. We have an episode actually dropping here in about 30 minutes at 8 a.m.
Go get it. And again, go Wolves.
If it's your turn to host a game, Grandpa's